Grade 6 English Medium Science. Now I'm going to start to talk to you regarding the Unit 4, Energy in Day-to-Day Life. This is the first lesson of your second term, and let's get to the lesson and see what we have to study. When we discuss about the energy, actually it comes under competency 3. The competency 3 is about utilizing various forms of energy, their interaction with matter and energy, transformations by maintaining efficiency and effectiveness at an optimum level. Competency, that is what we need in our life. We want to improve certain qualities in our life. So here we are going to study about the energies. Utilizes various forms of energy. There are different types of or forms of energy, and actually there is interaction of this energy with the matter. So not only that, energy transformations by maintaining efficiency and effectiveness at an optimum or the maximum level. This competency is under competency levels. The competency level 1, that's 3.1, develops awareness about energy sources and their uses. 3.2 performs activities to illustrate the uses of certain energy sources. And 3 accepts the importance of sustainable utilization of energy sources. So when we study about the competency level, as this book suggests to you, if you can remember again, the competency levels are there. When you study about the energy, it goes with steps and steps and steps. The first step is to make the awareness about energy sources and their uses. There we are going to study about some energy sources. As you and I know that sun is one energy source, and the light is another energy source. So light is there, and the second one performs activities to illustrate the uses of certain energy sources. There are some activities designed according to your textbook, and let's go to the textbooks as well. Accepts the importance of sustainable utilization of energy sources. We know many people waste energy sources. So when we waste energy sources, you know what happened? The energy sources will not be remaining for the future generation. Therefore, we want to think of the sustainable use. That means using energy sources by leaving them for the future generations as well. Well, as I told you, when I get back to the unit again, can you identify the work done by these people? Some events of the Sinhala Hindu New Year festival and a procession are given in the following pictures. This picture was taken from the textbook. So as you can see, the first thing is here. Some people, they are engaging in New Year activities. So when you look at these activities, the first one is tug of war, pulling a rope by two set of people, and there should be more energy there. And this boy is trying to hit a pot, maybe the pot of water, and he's going to use his body energy even though his eyes are closed. and this mother is scraping coconut, maybe for the New Year festival as a competition, or the fellow fighters are there, whip crackers in Perahara or the positions you can see. This boy is climbing up a post to pick a flag. The grease is applied so that boy is not the boy does not find it easy to climb up the post, and here the fire dancers, drum beaters and another dancers, they all do a lot of work with lots of energy. So energy is required for us to do certain work. Without energy we cannot do anything. So that's why the competency here is given to you as I proposed, utilizes various forms of energy, their interaction with matter and energy, transformations by, you can see that, transformations by maintaining efficiency and effectiveness at an optimum level. Okay, when we get into the other part, can you tell some activities done in our day-to-day life? Well, this part is taken from your textbook. Now, think about these activities. What activities? The activities that were given in that earlier picture. It is clear that some work is done in all these activities. A work is done with the help of energy. And now let's focus some activities done in our day-to-day life, everyday life. Pulling a log using a rope, I'm going to suggest to you, pulling a log using a rope. You tie up a rope to a log and then you pull it up. And next, carrying a heavy load of soil by a wheelbarrow. Put the soil into a wheelbarrow and then you can carry it to one other place. Maybe you are staying with your parents at home now, helping mothers, fathers to get the things, their work done. That's a good thing. While staying with your parents at home, that you got a very long holiday season. And the other one is pulling water from a well from a bucket and sweeping the floor, chopping the firewood, and finally hitting the dog with a stick. No, you should not harm the innocent animals. You should not harm the innocent animals, even though you have lots of energy in your body. Well, these are the things that we do along with the help of the energy, and energy is defined as the ability to do a work or produce a change. Again, the ability to do a work or produce a change. It is energy. Can you tell me the ability of each of the following? Let me see. Sunlight. What is the ability that the sunlight has? Not only one, it has many. Wind, flowing water, electricity. Well, when we go to the lessons and we think of the areas, sunlight has the ability of drying clothes, doing photosynthesis, generating electricity. And wind, rotating a wind propeller. There you are. Flowing water or water potential energy rotating a turbine. There you got the turbine. Electricity has many abilities. What are they? Heating, lighting up a bulb, rotating a fan, operating a TV or radio, etc. So, uses of energy to do work. What are they? How can energy be utilized to do work? Let's make two models. One, a wind propeller. This is a wind propeller and it's a toy that we can make with the help of some papers. And the second activity is a solar thermal boxes too. A solar thermal boxes too. Well, let's get into these activities, and it is the quiz time. Actually, I have put some questions based on the activity. As I promised you that I want to show you about your textbook. When I go to your textbook, as we discussed up to now, energy in day-to-day life we are discussing. Here you have the picture that the assignment is given, 4.1. List the different games and special activities taking place in these events. So we have done it, and this is the way that the wind propeller is made. As you are staying with your parents, they will help you make a wind propeller. As some of the students of grade 6 are there who still find it difficult to read out the book, I'm going to help you. Let's make a wind propeller. You will need oil papers with different colors. Oil paper, you can buy them from the market. Of course, now you will not be able to go to the market because of the corona cases. And different colors, yeah. And then thin wire, the thin wire is used to fix the papers. A used ballpoint pen, you have different ballpoint pens, you can select one. A small piece of cardboard, a pair of scissors. You have to cut the papers in a triangular shape, triangular shapes, and make holes at the end, as I am going to show you with my green color. And make 2 holes in each piece as shown in figure 4.2, as I have already shown you. And insert the wire into 1 hole of each paper and fix all pieces to the wire. After fixing the pieces, insert the rest of the holes into the wire to make the wind propeller. So you can put first this part, and after fixing all the papers that you have already cut, and then put the other end into the wire. Now insert 2 small cardboard circles from top and bottom so that all the papers will fix together firmly. Now bend the top edge of the propeller, top edge of the wire, so that the papers will not be going away. Finally, fix the other end of the wire tightly to the barrel of the ballpoint pen, So now hold it to the blowing wind. See what happens. So the wind propeller starts to rotate. The energy for the wind propeller to rotate is given by the wind. The wind propeller rotates when there is wind. When there is wind, the wind propeller rotates. When the wind speed is higher, the propeller rotates faster. When the wind blows slowly, the wind propeller rotates slowly. The rotation of the wind propeller indicates a task or a work. How did the wind propeller get the energy? It was provided by the blowing wind. So it is confirmed that blowing wind is an energy source. So when we move to the second activity, it is the solar thermal stove or cooker. Let's get into our presentation that we have been doing. Yes, it's a quiz time, as I told you. What are the quizzes? First one, what are the materials that can be used to make the wind propeller? Well, I'm not going to read the questions and leaving them for you to answer, and make your answers ready when I meet with you next time. The lesson, of course, even though it has two parts, I just proposed to you. The first part is to understand the energy and to study the two activities. And next, we are going to study the energy sources. Let's proceed with the lesson. And this is all about the wind. The wind propeller rotates when there is wind. When the wind speed is higher, the propeller rotates faster. The rotation of the wind propeller indicates a task. How did the wind propeller get the energy? It was provided by the blowing wind. Well, moving to the next one, the solar thermal stove. Here it is given here. The small one is the pot, and when the sunlight falls onto this reflector, all the sunlight is reflected to the pot because it is kept in the focal point. And we will learn about these things in the higher classes like grade 11. Until then, we can proceed with this one. So, how to make a solar thermal stove? Well, let's get back to our textbook again. Demonstrate the function of a solar thermal box stove. You will need a piece of cardboard, then a piece of cardboard. The size is given, the size 30 by 30 centimeter, a pair of scissors, binder gum, a piece of aluminium foil, a shiny aluminium foil. It is also 30 by 30 centimeter, 2 beakers of 50 milliliter, a thermometer, some pieces of paper, a sheet of glass of the size 20 by 20 centimeter. Method. Well, here I am going to explain how the task is done. Draw lines, all these instructions are given to prepare the solar thermal stove. So you can take a cardboard and can draw the lines according to the measurement given here. You can see the measurements are given as indicated by red lines I am showing you. So you can get the help of your adult. They are at home right now. So you can make the model of the solar thermal cooker. Then what can you do? Fold the parts of the cardboard and make a box as shown. Paste the edge with the paper strips. The aluminium foil should go inside the box. Here, as I show you with the color yellow, that is the place where the aluminium foil is fixed. And then keep the box at the place with good sunlight. There you are. I'm going to explain you it. How can you do it? You can use the solar, the solar thermal stove. You can have 2 beakers of the same size and then put a little amount of water. One is kept outside. The other one is kept inside the solar thermal stove. Here, as you can see that the beaker of water is kept inside the solar thermal stove and the top edge is closed with a very thin sheet of glass, a thin sheet of glass. The sunlight is given in equal amount to both beakers. One thing, before keeping these 2 beakers there, you have to measure the temperature. How can you measure the temperature? The temperature is measured with the help of thermometer. When I go to your lesson, when I go to your lesson, I have given you some questions here, and then when you go to this question, the thermometers are used to measure the temperature. Temperature is measured in centigrade or Fahrenheit. Temperature is measured in centigrade in day-to-day applications. So this is the thermometer. As you can see, it has centigrade and Fahrenheit, and human body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius and 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and room temperature is 27 degrees. So as I was explaining, the way that the activity is done, again, you take 2 equal size of beakers and put same amount of water into 2 beakers. Before putting them in sunlight, you measure the temperatures of the water in 2 beakers, and then you have A and B beakers. B beaker is kept inside the solar thermal stove, and it is covered with a very thin sheet of glass. Then after a few minutes, like maybe 10 minutes, you can measure the temperature again and see the difference. Children, here the beaker A, the temperature of beaker A is not higher than that of the beaker B. The beaker B gets more energy because of the sunlight. Of course, beaker A also gets sunlight, but here you know what happened? The solar thermal stove, it reflects more sunlight to the beaker, and meantime the sheet of glass will not let more heat energy go out of the system. So you can understand what happened to you when you are inside the car of which glasses are closed and no AC power, and maybe one of your friends staying outside the car, you are inside the car, and you feel the temperature. It's very hot inside the car because the heat does not go out. So the solar thermal stove is made in this manner. Let's get back to the lesson again. Well, energy in day-to-day life. Energy is defined as the ability to do a work or produce a change. Energy is used to get the things done in our day-to-day life. There are different sources of energy: sun, biomass, fossil fuel, wind, water potential energy, sea waves, tidal waves, geothermal energy, nuclear energy. So you can see that sun, biomass, fossil fuel, wind energy, water potential energy or the energy stored in water, sea waves, tidal waves, and geothermal energy, nuclear energy. Well, making a wind propeller, it is given as demonstrated here. These are of course notes that you can write down in your book, but the second part of this lesson will be done by using another video, and this is the first part or the introduction, and after this one I have given you some questions making a solar thermal stove, the method that is of course for you to understand as a note, and then there are another questions, and lesson will be continued. So as I told you again, we wanted to study about the energy sources as the book suggested to us. It is the fourth unit or the third competencies, and when we proceed with the lesson, we saw that there are two activities. One, making a wind propeller, and the questions will be based on this activity. The second, to make a solar thermal stove or solar thermal cooker. And after that, we wanted to study about some energy sources. So these energy sources are here as sun, biomass, and then fossil fuel, wind energy, then energy stored in water or water potential energy, and sea waves, tidal waves, geothermal energy, nuclear energy, and after that we are going to study about the way of saving energy or conserving energy for the future generation. It is we call sustainable use of energy sources. And that is the end of the lesson. The second part will be done in my next video. Hope that you enjoyed my lesson. And with the minimum facilities available, I tried my best to give you to my sons of under college. And while you are using this one, you can share this one with other friends who are not coming to our school. And I'm your Amritsar. See you again. Until then, stay at home with your parents. Bye.